tells us he's teaching them about the kingdom of God for 40 days. So when you read that phrase, what do you think of in terms of what Jesus is wanting to communicate to them before he ascends into the heavens? Kingdom of God. What's the message he's leaving them with and commissioning them with?
So first of all, I think the first chapter of Acts is actually much more powerful when we read it by reading the last two chapters of Luke, because it rolls right into Acts. And so, you get this whole episode where, again, as you said, here's Jesus in his glorified, resurrected body, and he appears to them, and, they're touching the holes in his side. And, many of them even still doubted, even after there's an example. He does something amazing and they're doubting. They're still doubting. Most often he does things in very mundane ways, not with flashes of lightning from the heavens. But he dedicates this time of 40 days to specifically teach them about the kingdom of God. And really, this is very much an expansion of the Emmaus Road experience, where he's opening up the scriptures. He's pointing back to the words of Moses. He's pointing back to Deuteronomy 32, to Deuteronomy 33, to the actual prophecies of Moses, and then to the prophecies of David, to the covenants that God has made with Israel. He's pointing to the words of the prophets, and everything that has been promised, everything that has been declared concerning the coming one, the son of David that would come back and reestablish the throne of his father David. He's going, guys, I am he. I'm the son of David. I'm also the Daniel 7 son of man. And so he's connecting all of the dots. He's connecting all of the pieces of the whole Old Testament, the full testimony of the Tanakh. And they're just, for 40 days, they're just getting overwhelmed with aha moments. And so again, the testimony of Jesus is being opened up by Jesus himself. But it's summarized. It's amazing. It's summarized there in Acts 1:6 that he says he was talking about the things concerning the kingdom of God. Well, and then in 6 they ask, is it at this time that you are restoring the kingdom to Israel? In other words, in the first century Jewish mind, in the mindset of the apostles, who had, again, just been personally taught for 40 days by the glorified, resurrected Jesus, the kingdom of God and the restoration of the kingdom of Israel are one and the same. And so this is according to the expectations of the Old Testament. You can point to any time in Israel's history, and that's what they were yearning for. They were waiting for the promises. There was this long suffering, this patient endurance, this cry for the culmination of all of these things. And we, who are the children of Abraham by faith, likewise, we should have that exact same expectation, that yearning for, as it says there in some of the first sermons in the book of Acts, the restoration of all things, by which all of the prophets have been speaking. Times of refreshing, which is the renovation of the planet, the restoration of the kingdom of Israel. It's really two things. It's the renewal of the Garden of Eden, and it's the restoration of the kingdom of Israel. Put those two things together, and we begin to get a picture of what things will look like at the resurrection when he returns. This is the focus of all biblical hope and expectation, not only of John the Baptist, the apostles, Jesus himself, but the prophets themselves, Moses. And it's really something that the church, the believers today, the followers of Jesus, need to recover. We need to recover that focus on biblical hope.